Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. This week is our transportation week number 2. Last week we focused on construction, and this week we're now looking at a variety of different transportation, especially focusing on what's in the sky, what's on land, and what goes in the water. In our block area, we have set up our train table so that it is an airport. And then we also have our Little Tykes roadway on the floor for the children to put their cars on, or if they want to use trains, they can as well. This toy is old. It was here long before I started teaching 20 years ago, and every time my readers see it, they ask where they can purchase it. And I think it's long gone. It's by Little Tykes, and I have searched and searched, and unless maybe you can find that somebody's selling it used, I think that's the only way it can be purchased now, and it has been loved in our preschool for 20 years. Our dramatic play area is the same as it was last week. It is a construction zone, and our toddlers and preschoolers loved this area last week. They loved getting the tools out. They loved wearing the vests that are on the dress-up cart. They loved pushing the trucks around. So we're keeping it just as it is so that they can have fun with this for another week. On our writing table, we will have an assortment of transportation coloring pages, and I have a link that you can download, and these are free for you. There's also a boat and an airplane. On our easel, we will be using our transportation color pages. These are the same ones that are on our writing table. And the children can choose between a boat, or they can have the airplane or the car. And again, the link to these printables is in the description of this video. In addition to all of our transportation stuff, we also have our Mother's Day gift going on. We have made our magnets, and we did that painting on flower canvas boards. And then I took their picture, and they're holding a flower, and then I cut that picture into a circle and glued it to the center of the flower. And then on the back of it is a magnet. So it's going to be a fun little magnet that Mommy can put on her refrigerator. And then I have these cards. I actually created this printable, and I'll put a link in the description. This is how the inside of it. And you can do whatever you want on the outside. And what I chose to do was to get their handprints, and then I dug through our Valentine theme box and found some foam heart shapes, and we glued them into the palms of each hand. And then what we're going to do is the children are going to blow colored bubbles onto those white lunch sacks to make a really pretty watercolor design. It almost looks like hydrangeas. And then the children are going to choose what color tissue paper they want to wrap their magnet in, and they're going to put it inside. And this week is our Muffins for Mama. And that's going to be on Thursday. So mommies or another special person can join us our last 15 minutes of class. We are going to have muffins. We are going to present our mommies with these gifts, and then we're going to sing some songs for them. On our light table, we have gears, perfect for the transportation theme. Can you make it move? It can be a challenge knowing how close together you need to put each gear to make them all turn. And because our children had so much fun with construction last week, we were keeping some construction going this week. And so in our sensory bin, we have Tinker Toys. Now these were my children's Tinker Toys, and some of the pieces, you can see one over here, it is from 2002. So they have been around for a while and have been loved, and now we get to use them in our classroom. One of our table activities is this rocket, and it's a nice, it's kind of, you take it apart, and there is the astronaut. So they take it all apart, and then they can put it all back together again. And I'll drop a link to this toy in the description because Every time we bring this out, it is so popular. Another table activity is this color, car color matching puzzle. It's a free printable, and they just match the color of the car to the circle. And I'll put a link to this in the description. Another favorite, we had this out last week and we're bringing it out again this week, are these magnetic pieces where you can make different vehicles. And the children have absolutely they've had so much fun with this. And this doesn't belong in there. This is a perfect example of how our students move things around. We had these motor links out last week, and I was really impressed at how popular they were. The children loved seeing how many they could put together, and then they were pulling them around the classroom on the floor, and then they were pretending to make bridges. The children would use their body to make a bridge as the other children pushed their motor links underneath them. They also liked to compare who had the shortest and longest trains, as they called them. These are also fun if you want to use them for small group for making patterns. And also on our table, we will have, this is a diggers and dumpers puzzle. And again, you can see how long we've had things in our preschool. This says 2003. So I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but we use our toys over and over again for years and years and years. And we also have this puzzle from Melissa and Doug. And for this puzzle, since it's kind of the beginning of a jigsaw puzzle, we are going to actually do this in a small group with a teacher. Our children have all of a sudden loved putting together floor puzzles with a teacher there. So we're going to put this one on the floor after snack time and work on it as well. Our Play-Doh is the same as it was last week. We have different transportation cookie cutters that the children are pressing into the dough. Another fun activity that we have is this design and drill toy, and it's by Educational Insights, and I'll put a link in the description. And the children can use the battery operated drill to remove the pieces and to put them back in. And there's also some handheld tools that they can use to turn the pieces as well. And this is a great fine motor activity that is perfect for your construction theme, but we use it all year round. The books that we'll be reading this week, What Do Wheels Do All Day? We were going to read this last week, but we had a lot going on, so I saved it for this week. And then we have Albert Goes to Town and Twinkle Twinkle Little Car. So that's how we have our classroom set up for our 2- and 3-year-olds for our transportation theme with some construction going on as well. Thanks for watching.